Alright, today we're going to frame a piece for an example. Now this is an 8 by 10, but you would frame all the blanks in the same way. So I'm just going to show you this here. And we have our Stars of Gemini as an example, and it's already in its packaging just like you would buy it unframed if you were to meet us at an art fair. And these are all the pieces that will come with the blank frame. You'll get piece of wire, you'll get some clear photo corners, and you'll get hanging hardware. All you'll need is a flat end screwdriver and scissors or little snips to be able to cut this to size. That's all you'll need. Alright, we're going to frame this up now. So we are going to turn this upside down. Now it is a good idea to have a cloth down so that you don't scrape the frame at all. You want to be careful about this. So a piece of cloth or a piece of paper so it doesn't scrape up. We're going to go in just with our fingers and pull out these tension pieces. Just like that. And we're going to take this section off. So we're going to loosen this, and I'm just going to loosen one side of these brackets here. And you'll see, you can carefully take that off. Those will stay there just for ease. Take that off, just like that. Alright, so we're going to move this here to the side. So this is non-glare plexi. Now, wherever the blue lettering is, that indicates that's the side where the non-glare is. So this is a non-glare plexi. The side that doesn't have that will be just a shiny side. So you'll want non-glare to be facing out towards you, the viewer. It comes with a mat. You'll want the beveled edge out. And it will come with foam core. Now if you've left it in the packaging, you won't need this foam core actually. But if you've accidentally thrown the foam core away, we've provided one, as well as the clear photo corners that will go on each side. I'm going to take this out. Now you want to make sure you wash your hands before you touch the artwork, because everything is archival. I'm going to center it here. You can see how these photo corners are just holding it in place on the foam core. I'm going to take that there. I'm just trying to find an even edge all along so it's straight. That looks good. Next, I'm going to peel off the plastic on the plexi, and what I like to do is I like to take off the glare side first, the side that will go directly against the mat in the piece of artwork. I like to do that. Take it off, and it is static, so I try to put it down as quickly as possible so that there aren't any pieces of lint or specks of dust. Then once I have it down, I'll go and carefully pull this off. Just like that. Now, sometimes there'll be tiny little specks that you can, choose to carefully wipe out with your hands or a piece of cloth. This looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So now what we're going to do is, I'll move this over here. And we will flip it over. That. Before I put those tension brackets in again, I'm just going to look at it. That looks good. I'm going to keep pressure on the back so nothing slides. So that looks good. And then I'm going to stretch it because it can be stiff. Then I'm going to put one up on top, just like that. I'm going to take this. There. And at this point, I will actually loosen the bottom screws that I hadn't loosened before, because I found that that helps get you a nice tighter miter joint. So I kind of lobster claw it and hold it in place so that miter is tight. And you might find that it takes you a few tries to get it just right. Don't be afraid to, if you turn it over and it's not exactly as nice as you want that miter to be, you can always loosen them, readjust, and place it again. So that's tight. So all of these should be tight. If you haven't unscrewed these, they won't be loose. But just make sure I'm gonna loosen that. Also want to tuck those in. That. And now we're going to stop here and just look at that. Now that we've tightened all these, we've got these tension brackets in place, we're going to install the hanging hardware. So this is just a little screw, and you want to make sure that this is farther away so that this can go in, just like that. Like that, and you'll place it up here. And the larger the frame is, the more you might actually need to bring it down. Because this isn't a long expanse, we can just put it up against the bracket and tighten it. But if it was, say, an 18 by 24 frame, you might want to bring those brackets down, just because the wire, of course, is going to have more bounce and it might hit this top. But this should be fine. All right. Now, what you want to do is you actually want to double twist it, and then turn it like so. That. Pull it tight. And if it's not too cumbersome, I'll just leave this extra. You don't always need to snip it. If it's really long, you can just slide it just like that. And of course, I always like to keep track of who created the piece. So if you have a business card of ours and you have some tape, I always like to just tape the information of the artist. We do that with the art that we collect and keep in our home, so that it's really easy to remember who was that artist. I really like their work, or you want to contact them. And that is how the piece is framed up. There you go. It's ready to hang on the wall. Happy framing!